What is going on, Jet fans? Matt O'Leary back with another video. Today I want to talk some Brandon Stephens and how he has continued to prove the doubters wrong, including myself. I will be the first one to admit that I was pretty critical of the Brandon Stephens contract. It was a controversial signing at the time. He was given a 3-year, $36 million contract in the offseason after a poor 2024 season with the Baltimore Ravens. And it was a head scratching signing at the time. You're going, all right, like clearly DJ Reed wasn't coming back. That was made abundantly clear, but you're going to spend the $12 million on a guy who really struggled a year ago. Okay. Like just interesting. And through the first 3 weeks of the year, he really struggled. I mean, he gave up 3 touchdowns, 2 in week 1, another one in week 3 against Tampa Bay. And his passer rating against in those 3 games was 118.3. Quarterbacks were having a field day targeting him. Clearly just was not playing very well. Since then, though, the last 5 games, pretty big sample size at this point, he's been very good and downright impressive. No penalty since week 1. He hasn't given up a single touchdown over the last 5 weeks. And he's been targeted 20 times, only giving up 11 catches, so a 55% reception percentage for 114 yards. So on average, over the last 5 games, he's giving up 23 yards and 2 catches a game. That's more than serviceable. That's playing at the level that DJ Reed was in his prime, right? Like he was brought in and was a really nice pairing with Sauce Gardner through most of their first 3 years together. I thought definitely tailed off in the back half of the 2024 season. But when he was on his game, the trio of Sauce Gardner, Michael Carter, and DJ Reed was really, really good. And the Jets, while DJ Reed leaves and Michael Carter has, whether with injuries or just taking a step back, hasn't been the same guy, they're getting very good production right now from their cornerback room. And plus, too, a credit to Brandon Stephens, he's been a really good tackler. He's missed just 3 tackles on the season, a 7.3 missed tackle rate this year. He's willing to get involved in the ground game. Plus, he's playing a physical brand of football without getting penalized. Like, again, that's a really good thing for this team. And that's the identity, I believe, of the Jets corner room. They want to play a very physical style of game. Sauce Gardner fits that. He's a big corner. He's not afraid to get handsy at the line of scrimmage. Brandon Stephens has done that. They swap out Michael Carter for Jarvis Brownlee. He's done that. They're starting to build what their identity is going to be on this defense. And clearly there's still a long way to go, but I can't not give Brandon Stephens his flowers, right? Like this is the best stretch of games that he's played in his NFL career. And both credit to him for the growth this season, but also credit to the staff too for not only finding this guy, but getting the best out of him. And I know I just mentioned Jarvis Brownlee. He's been really good. That's been a very nice addition from this Jet staff. Has 2 more years on his rookie contract after this deal. And when Sauce Gardner comes back, he's back on the practice field today. So I would imagine he's ready to go out of the bye week against Cleveland. The trio of Gardner, Stephens, and Brownlee could be a really, really positive thing for this team and for this defense. And like I said, the defense still has a ways to go. The pass rush needs to be better. It just flat out has to be better. It hasn't been good enough. The linebacker play, my goodness, needs to be significantly better, both against the run and in coverage. But the corners have done a good job. Over the last 5 weeks or so, the Jets corners have played well. And kudos to Brandon Stephens for turning it around. Seriously, that was one, like I said, I wasn't the only one, but I was very critical of the signing and very critical of his play through the first 3 games. It's only fair we call it like we see it. And the guy's played out of his mind the last 5 weeks. And I hope we continue to see that version of Brandon Stephens going forward, because if that's the case, 1, it's a great sign for this defense going forward, but 2, shows that, hey, maybe this regime can find guys who were, maybe struggling on previous teams. They bring him into the Jets and they take that next step. Similar to Reed, right? Reed was a free agent. They signed him from Seattle. He was okay with the 49ers and in Seattle, but really blossomed into the player that he became to be with the Jets. And maybe you could make the same argument here with Brandon Stevens. One more thing of note too, just talking about this corner room, AZ Thomas, man, he's been playing good football. I know he got beat on the touchdown by T. Higgins. I get that, but he's had a promising start to his career. And outside of that big play against the Cincinnati Bengals, he played well in that game. So he's filled in for Sauce Gardner nicely, and that's another piece to this defense that you could be excited about. I think the corner room looks strong right now. Again, they need better play at linebacker and maybe are going to have to revamp that room a little bit with Quincy Williams on an expiring contract and potentially could be traded. Jamie Sherwood has just not been very good this year, unfortunately. And yeah, they're still bringing along the safeties a little bit, but there are some positives with this defense right now and this team just in general. And while we're on the bye week and have a little bit more downtime, I wanted to show Brandon Stevens his flowers because he's played well. That'll do it for me, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out. I'm Matt O'Leary, and I'll catch you next time.